Hi, everybody. Hal B. Goode here with G&G On Demand and our Community Connect. Well, today we're going to talk to Melanie Reed with the St. Vincent dePaul. She's their director there. And you can believe with cold weather, there's always going to be something, but there's always something going on out there to help those that are really just trying to fight poverty and those that are just misfortunate things have happened to try and get them back up on their feet. And Melanie's doing just that. And thank you so much for joining us. First of all, let's talk about St. Vincent de Paul. What is St. Vincent de Paul?
So St. Vincent de Paul has been a ministry in Bardstown for 33 years now, I'm told. Originally, they were a ministry of St. Joe. And as this ministry has grown through that mission store, our community support services, and then the Bread for Life food pantry, it has just grown very large. And so St. Joe handed it over to Catholic Charities last year. Around July 1st is when we kind of made that transition. That's also about the time I came on as the director. And we're just trying to keep being the boots on the ground and meeting the need in Nelson County.
You can say colder weather, bad winter weather. You could say cost of food, but that piece of what you're doing there with the food pantry, it just is a very important part of what you got going on in Nelson County. Talk about it for me.
So we have three different programs underneath the food pantry. We, of course, have that brick and mortar food pantry that's at 1065 Bloomfield Road across from Nelson County High School. It's a choice pantry. People come in, families come in, and they, of course, give their information to the receptionist, and then a shopper takes them around and they choose their produce, their meat, and their, just staples and things that they need, and kind of end with our junk food aisle, get a few treats. We kind of make sure everybody gets out the door with a sweet treat as well. Try to stock you up for the month. We also have our mobile food pantry. We take that to a lot of our rural communities in Nelson County, just people who can't make it into the actual brick and mortar. And then we have our Meals from the Heart program, which is pre-prepared and easy to prepare meals for our elderly and disabled homebound residents in the community. So we do a lot.
Bethany Haven is really important in Nelson County. You say you have a good relationship with them. Talk about what that means for some of the folks that are just basically homeless in that area.
So our unhoused and at-risk population, we keep a very close relationship with Bethany Haven, probably one of our closest partnerships. Room in the Inn is our emergency homeless shelter. That program is run by Bethany Haven, but we have a 12-bed emergency shelter at the second floor of St. Vincent de Paul. And so we partner with them so that they can utilize that space, and we can kind of collectively utilize that space and make sure people are warm and safe, and also their bellies are full. And so it matters. It really matters.
I know there at St. Vincent de Paul, there's ways for people to reach out and help you. Talk a little bit about how that is. How could we reach out to help you? And what are some of the just immediate needs that you have?
I will always say volunteers, how we need volunteers, whether it's accepting donations and going through those for the mission store and working the store for anything that would be needed in a retail store, to the food pantry. And that can be, again, processing donations, to taking folks around to shop. And we also need donations. And if you use it in your home, how we're going to use it at the store. And we're going to be able to either sell it or give it to a family in need through our community support services or through the mission store, and food, of course, for the pantry. Are
What's the
kind of our
best way?
biggest needs.
What's the best way to get in contact with you? And again, talk about your location of your store, because I know it's really easy to find there on Bloomfield Road.
So the food pantry is at 1065 Bloomfield Road, right across from Nelson County, right, almost share a parking lot with the Circle K. The mission store and kind of the main offices for St. Vincent de Paul are at 118 East Broadway, right kind of almost downtown Bardstown, on the corner of 2nd Street and Broadway. Access to the mission store is on 2nd Street. So you can reach me directly at mreid, REID, at archlou.org. That's going to reach me directly, and I can help with needs that are there. If you have a need for the food pantry, let me get that phone number for you really quick, because sometimes I don't have things memorized. 502-348-7270. Option 1 is going to get you the pantry. That same phone number. Option 2 will get that emergency client support services. So that's going to be emergency utility, emergency rent. You need some warm clothes, those kind of things. If we can meet that immediate need, that's what we're going to do.
Melanie Reed, Director with St. Vincent dePaul. Thanks for the great work you're doing in our community, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm Hal B. Goode. This has been another Community Connect right here on G&G On Demand. Thanks for joining us.
For over 100 years, Conway Heaton in Bardstown has been more than a Ford dealership. We've been part of your family story. From your grandfather's first truck to your family's latest SUV, we've been there for you every mile. Still family owned since 1919, we offer the same trust, service, and commitment through 4 generations. Because when a dealership treats you like family, you keep coming back. Conway Heaton Ford, big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.